She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D, and you're watching Finaitainment News. I'm not saying that Cynthia Bailey is coming back, but the ladies are always reintroduced to the group at an event, and with everything she got going on, I wouldn't be surprised. I said that at the end of the last video I uploaded when they were all at Kandi Burruss Bedroom Candy business celebrating 10 years, okay? And I said that I wouldn't be surprised and that they always come back at some big event or something like that. So I'm not surprised that Cynthia Bailey confirmed that she will absolutely be back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a friend. That's the role she was offered, okay, before she left. And she said on the Carlos King podcast how she felt like I could still be a friend. I could be a friend and still be an actress, and I can pop in and out. But then when she thought about it, the friend of the show still have to go on cast trips, and they still have to film back to back, and they still have to go to all of these events, and you're doing all of that work for less money. And so she was like, absolutely not. And also she wanted to spend more time with her husband at the time, Mike Hill. Most of you are aware that Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill divorce is almost finalized. But yeah, and so she said that on that podcast a few weeks ago, Carlos King, that it's not easy to meet someone while you're filming The Real Housewives of Atlanta, get married, and then for your relationship to really last, through the show. She said, I'm not saying that The Real Housewives of Atlanta leads to a breakup or marriage is not working. I mean, so far, it's been hard and ups and downs, but Kandi and Todd are making it work. They met on this show. Everything about their relationship been on this show. Two of my most recent successful videos are videos of Kandi's mother, Mama Joyce, still disrespecting Todd, still dragging Todd, on different platforms. And with all of that, they are approaching almost 10 years of marriage. So it is possible it can work. It's just the two people who are in it willing to make it work, and if they have that strong foundation. And so she said that because of that and because of what happened to her previous marriage, she did not want the same thing to happen in her marriage with Mike Hill. So she felt like, I'm still going to make enough money taking the friend role, but I want to enjoy my husband, enjoy my marriage, and just, enjoy my life a little bit. Take a break because the filming hours are very long and all of that. So that was the conversation that she had with Carlos King. Now, this video is about Cynthia coming back. But the reason why you are about to hear me mention Kenya more and certain conversations or storylines and different angles where Cynthia Bailey could go is because Cynthia Bailey missed her check as a housewife. Okay? That's not even something she had to confirm in interviews. But in her interviews, she said that over and over again, that she got paid very well for a very long time that she was on the show. So if Cynthia Bailey's intentions is getting her peach back, then as a friend, she have to prove to Bravo why she deserved to get that peach back. She was demoted from a housewife to a friend. Then she declined the friend role. So when you were on the show with your husband, Bravo still demoted you to a friend role. Cynthia Bailey also said had Bravo not demoted her to be a friend, she probably would have stayed because the check is amazing. You don't go from holding a peach all of those seasons to being a friend and then not want your spot back. But in order for her to earn that spot back, she have to prove to Bravo that I'm going to bring it. I'm still going to be the love and light that people know me to be, but I know that 50 Cent have to clock in. So in order for 50 Cent to clock in, these are the options and different storylines she could navigate. So here are my different scenarios of the different storylines that I think that Cynthia Bailey is going to navigate. Let's start with she's popping up here and there at different events. And Bravo just feel like, okay, same old different day. We don't really care. You know what? We're not going to use half of the scenes that she's in because she's not really doing much. And of course, the obvious, her divorce. At first, it was straightforward. Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill, they don't have children together. He's keeping his home. She's keeping her home. Oh my goodness, it didn't work out. We still love each other. We're friends. And it was just done and done. Then the information I released a few weeks ago where Cynthia Bailey and her people allegedly filed paperwork stating that the reason why she filed for divorce is because Mike Hill cheated. And then Mike Hill got upset allegedly and was basically like, look, and you don't want this to get ugly because you know I don't have no problem talking. You're going to call those people and fix this. Retract the whole cheating allegations, because if you think you're about to have me in the press and, you know, make this thing worse than it is, I'm trying to get my career back on track and all of that, I will talk. And I would do interviews. And I would give the ins and outs of our relationship and all of that. And Cynthia was like, you know what? Allegedly, I don't want no smoke. So next thing you know, her team released a statement retracting the whole cheating allegations. And there was a mistake and all of that. And then after that, they asked for the divorce paperwork to be sealed. So Cynthia could just leave that alone. But if she really want her peach back, she can absolutely lean into that and say, look, I can't talk about other things, but I can talk about this, and lean into the girl that he cheated on you. You know what happened. She can lean into that. She could also rehash the whole Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip situation with Kenya Moore. And that conversation could go two ways. I was going through a lot in my marriage, and my anger was misplaced. Because at that time, I couldn't reveal to anyone, not even you, that Mike and I were going through it. So that situation mixed with the jealousy that Kenya Moore was getting along with the other ladies, because Cynthia Bailey said that herself that she was jealous. And then leaving the show and going on her tour, in every interview, planting these negative seeds about Kenya Moore before the show premiere and all of that, I apologize for that. You know, I'm not saying Kenya Moore was a saint on the show, but I apologize for that, because we had that walk on the beach and you were very gracious, you were calm, you talked to me, and I was the one that was hype up trying to, you know, have a TV moment. So I apologize for that. So she could go that way, or it could go from I'm nice to Kenya Moore right now in a moment, production, scream, action. Here comes the flip-flopping and backstabbing. Exactly. But Cynthia Bailey is fully aware that times have changed. This whole let us reach for a storyline and come for Kenya Moore for absolutely no reason, it no longer works, okay? Ask Messy, Miserable Milo how that worked out for her. Exactly. Backfired. Ask Flip Flopper Sonia how did that work out for her. Exactly. Backfired. So as long as it's something genuine going on and it's not manufactured, then she'll be okay. But like I said, only time will tell, because, you know, the love and light and all of those things are beautiful. It brings a balance to the show. But a part of your love and light story, Bravo still want to see some spice. Okay? So it all depends if Cynthia Bailey is like, you know what? I want my spot back. I want my peach back. Now, if she really performs and Bravo is still like, nope, then of course Cynthia Bailey is going to flip that and be like, listen, I'm focused on my acting career right now, so this friend role allows me to have the time to go and shoot movies, different TV shows and things like that. Regardless of the outcome, only time will tell. But I see Kenya stepping up and being there for Cynthia Bailey, especially going through a divorce for a second time. Kenya is still going through her divorce. Her situation is a little different. You know, a child is involved. The man is not trying to walk away with what he came into marriage with. You know, hers is more, you know, messy, and that's why it's taking forever or is at a standstill. One thing about Kenya, she knows how to show people grace. You know, Kenya could easily be like, oh, remember on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip when I was crying because something happened in court? and you decide to hold on to whatever petty situation you wanted to hold on to, and then insinuated that I'm the reason why husband and I are going through a divorce and was very mean. Yeah, I watched the show back. I can throw that back in your face, but Kenya is not like that. She's going to show Cynthia Bailey grace and be there for Cynthia Bailey. So we shall see, like I said. Also, the Alliance, as Nene Leaks would call them, are back together. They are not an alliance, but it was a big deal, and Nene did interviews. The Alliance, they're trying to get rid of me, and y'all know the story. So yeah, it's nice to see the girls back together. Wishing all of you well, and take care. I posted, and I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.